Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us on today's edition of Primetime News on My Media Prime Television, coming to you live from Studio 1 here in our headquarters in Douala, Cameroon's economic capital. My name is Fon Quinter. The news starts now. Communication boss Emmanuel Sadi says new measures will be taken to improve working conditions and press freedom for journalists in Cameroon. Minister Sadi faced the Social and Cultural Commission of the National Assembly to discuss and listen to advice on how to reform the communication sector. Bo Elvis reports from Yaoundé.
Communication Minister Emmanuel Sadi faced the Social and Cultural Commission of the National Assembly this Tuesday in Yaoundé. Discussions focused on the state of press freedom in Cameroon.
C'était donc l'occasion pour moi de faire une évaluation globale.
It was an opportunity for me to make a global assessment of press freedom in Cameroon. Naturally, I noted that we have advanced considerably as concerns press freedom, democracy. We have noticed an increase in the number of newspapers, radios, televisions, and online channels.
De la presse écrite, audiovisuelle, la presse en ligne, ceci est tout à fait appréciable.
According to René Sadi, press freedom is not synonymous to recklessness of the media outlets in the country.
La liberté de ton elle est une réalité. Mais seulement, nous avons également eu l'occasion de relever les dérives.
Freedom of expression is a reality. However, we also talked about excesses. Liberty should not be taken for granted. Liberty goes with responsibility. Ethics should be key in this liberty. We have noticed that our press is going through difficult times because of precarious working conditions.
Réaliser que les difficultés de notre presse résidaient dans la précarité.
The honorable members of parliament shared suggestions with the Minister of Communication on what should be done to improve working conditions for the press. Minister Emmanuel Sadi says the points have been noted and will be implemented in the days ahead.
Now, inhabitants of the Nyete subdivision in Kribi are lamenting over the poor state of roads linking the town to other subdivisions of the Ocean Division. One of the dilapidated roads is that linking the Ocean Division and Villa Division, making it impossible to transport passengers and goods. In this report, Joy Ngong takes us to Kribi South region of Cameroon.
It is a real struggle traveling the more than 50-kilometer road which separates Kribi Center to the headquarters of the Nyete subdivision in the south region of Cameroon. Potholes, quagmires, and puddles litter the unpaved road, which sees pedestrians, logging trucks, motorcycles, and small vehicles of all kinds pass by. To reach the subdivisional headquarters, one has to be very patient. The dilapidation of this road, which also connects the Ocean Division and the Villa Division, is due to the over-exploitation of the heavy cam company, especially during the rainy season. While rehabilitation works have been announced to open up the road and allow the local population to better sell their products, it remains a test of faith and patience for those who venture there.
The University of Boya Medical School Alumni Association is strategizing on building a borehole for their faculty in the University of Boya. The idea was arrived at during the 4th General Assembly, which took place at the weekend. Our Southwest correspondent Emmanuel Nsah with details.
7 years on, ex-students of the University of Boya Medical School Alumni Association are back after a break due to the COVID-19 pandemic. In 2022, the alumni is strategizing on how to give back to their alma mater as well as support their community. Dr. Nsah Emmanuel is the president of this association. He explains that conquering the health system is their main aim as well as moving forward.
We have numerous students who became doctors who are now specialists, cardiologists. As a matter of fact, the third female urologist in Cameroon is from our school. We are also in various healthcare systems, home and abroad, in the US, in the UK. In terms of the alumni, we have had various achievements. For example, we just inaugurated the student forum at the International Hospital, and we envisage carrying out other projects such as building a hall for our faculty.
For 7 years since its creation, Dr. Fon has benefited from these alumni.
The alumni has been so helpful, especially to me, because they have uplifted my activities. There is a way that the alumni has put together the doctors that are in this platform. You may want to have to refer a patient, and it's very easy because you already have your fellow doctors' contact. So the alumni creates a platform that unites doctors. It creates a platform that works in order to uplift our alma mater, the University of Buea.
The University of Buea Medical School Alumni Association is optimistic that in 2023 they will continue the success of their association as well as engaging others in their activities.
Emanuela C. reports in there. Now, lately, some Cameroonian youths have been making the country proud, especially in the field of technology and industrialization. In this report, Nolinga showcases some of the discoveries made by these youths, including a soil tester. Take a listen.
Necessity, they say, is the mother of invention. And of course, Cameroon too has got some rare talents. From the creations of Awachi Blaise, an internally displaced young boy from the northwest region of Cameroon, amongst others, today, Cameroon is priding itself again through the works of many a few who have decided to go creative. Recently, during the just-ended Africa Industrialization Week, Madoche Fojo, an engineering student from the University of Yaoundé, is here to explain some of the innovations his school exhibited during the fair. We have been able to produce 2 robots. We have one which is in charge of taking specific tasks and the other geared towards eliminating obstacles. Meanwhile, the first robot also has the ability of being used at an esplanade. We can also use it at the airport to transport baggages. At a time when many are embracing agricultural routes, the team has also been able to produce a soil testing device to detect what soil type is good for certain crops.
Nous présentons également ce que nous avons conçu très récemment, un prototype qui permet de prédire si le sol en étude, le sol qu'on souhaite étudier est favorable à un type de culture pour l'agriculture de rente. Donc ce sol-là, on prélève les données chimiques dans ce sol et l'appareil nous prédit quelle plante serait le plus rentable sur ce sol-là. Nous avons là par exemple pour le sol que nous vous présentons, ce sol-là, vous voyez que ce sol est favorable à la production de tomates.
Thinking you had seen it all. Today, Cameroon continues to celebrate mind-blowing discoveries, including cars and lots more.
In news out of the country, Equatorial Guinea's President Teodoro Obiangema has obtained 44.2% of votes, while his contenders have obtained 1.34% and 0.35% after Sunday's elections. Details of these and more right ahead. Let's begin our tour on the Central African country Equatorial Guinea, where President Teodoro Obiangema has taken lead in Sunday's presidential election. In his race for a 6th 7-year term, 80-year-old Teodoro Obiangema Basogo has so far obtained 44.2% of the vote cast in nearly half of the country's polling stations, while his contenders Andres Osono-Ondo of the CPDS party and former ally Bonaventura Moso Asumu of the PCSD party got 1.34% and 0.35% of the vote. Note that Equatorial Guinea has had only 2 presidents since independence from Spain in 1968, Obiang and his uncle Francisco Macias Ngema, who he removed in a coup in 1979. The final results of the one-rounded election will be announced on November 26, 2022. Elsewhere, Ugandan officials have promised to send over 1,000 troops to the Democratic Republic of Congo as part of an East African Community force tasked with ending decades of instability in the troubled North Kivu region. The Ugandan Army spokesperson says the group intended for the regional mission has been training for months. Despite hosting one of the United Nations' largest peacekeeping forces, more than 120 armed groups continue to operate across swaths of eastern Congo, including M23 rebels, which launched a major offensive this year that has seen tens of thousands of people displaced by the fighting. To conclude the long-awaited trial of 18 suspects believed to be behind the 2016 attack by Al-Qaeda gunmen in Ivorian town of Grand Bassam is due to get underway next week. 19 people, including 4 French citizens, died in the incident and dozens others were wounded. The attack took place at the L'Etoile Sud Hotel in the seaside resort, which is located some 40 kilometers east of Côte d'Ivoire's economic capital, Abidjan. 3 young assailants stormed the beach, popular with local and foreigners firing shots at people before being shot dead by Ivorian security forces. The 18 suspects, due to appear in court next week, are accused of acts of terrorism in association with a collective organization. Let's now talk sports. The indomitable Lions of Cameroon will on Thursday lock horns with Switzerland in day 1 of the ongoing 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. Speaking to some Douala residents in Bonaberi Douala 4 subdivision with regards to their expectations on Cameroon's first match, they express themselves on this report compiled for us by Colette Loom.
Flooding goals in Qatar as the opening match of Qatar 2022 saw Qatar, the host country, beaten by Ecuador 2-0, while England in the second match of the World Cup walloped Iran 6-2, which witnessed 10 goals in the first 2 matches of the game. As the indomitable Lions are bracing up to lock horns with Switzerland, come Thursday, November 24, speaking to some Douala city dwellers regarding their expectations in prelude to the Lions' first match, some say Cameroonians will rejoice.
I believe that Cameroon will try their best to succeed.
Pour le premier match du Cameroun, j'ai confiance à des gars comme Choupo-Moting, Vincent Onana, le Goliado, Sambo Anguissa.
And to these other Douala city dwellers,
we see a very perfect entry. President of the Federation, Samuel, who has been fighting for is to win a team spirit and a winning spirit and a positive mentality which Africans and especially Cameroonians have been facing for a very long time. So it's actually a poor mindset that has been fought and has been won in the minds of the players that we are not just going to participate, but we are going for the job. Our very first match with high esteem, we are going to make a victory because we have one of the world-class players representing in Europe and now defend the Great Europe, an amazing performance when it comes to the defense and our attacking midfielders.
We will take the cup as the slogan goes. We have a very good squad in terms of the attack, the defense. Every player is set for that game. Looking at the way the president of FECAFOOT has put in place the organigrams, giving them the advantages to make it with good players like Choupo-Moting and Vincent, I think there is hope for Cameroon.
Meanwhile, the 2022 Qatar World Cup, which kick-starts Sunday, November 20, is taking place in Qatar and will last till December 18, 2022. This is the first World Cup to be held in the Arab world and the second World Cup held entirely in Asia after the 2002 tournament in South Korea and Japan. And it is the first time that the Quran has been recited as part of the opening ceremony, where Morgan Freeman and Ghanim Al-Mufta demonstrated on diversity and acceptance. Cameroonians are therefore optimistic that come Thursday, November 24, the indomitable Lions will put smiles.
In a related story, staff lady Catherine Congress spoke with some Douala city dwellers resident in Bona Musari Douala 5 subdivision with regards to their expectations and level of mobilization so far. This is what she brought back.
2022 World Cup has come with a lot of surprises. First with Qatar, host nation of the games, losing her first match to Ecuador by 2-0, and then the almighty Argentina losing her first match as well to Saudi Arabia. This has however stirred up hopes for many Cameroonian fans in anticipating for the Lions match come Thursday, November 24, 2022.
Bon, en fait, moi je supporte les Lions parce que moi je suis d'abord Camerounais. Donc c'est ma patrie d'abord. Hein? C'est ma patrie d'abord. Du coup, avec les joueurs qu'on a appelés, au match amical, on n'a pas appelé les joueurs comme les Ambouangui. Ça, moi, ça faisait vraiment mal.
I am supporting the Lions because I am a patriotic Cameroonian. And with the players that have gone to Qatar, I am very sure we are going to bring home the cup. All the 7 matches we will be playing, we are going to win all. And with the support of the FECAFOOT president Samuel Eto'o, everything is possible.
Parce que non, le Ngambé d'abord là, il ne sait pas ce qu'on appelle le Ngambé. Samuel Eto'o. Tant qu'il est là, non, tout est possible. Donc c'est d'abord l'une des raisons. On a d'abord confiance au président. D'abord ça.
Allez, c'est bon, because I know so we carry that thing. Ici, on a la coupe. Ici, yes.
I am supporting the Lions because I know we are going to win the trophy. We all here are Cameroonian fans, and we all are very confident that we are going to bring home the trophy. Although the stakes are high, plus an added advantage of a Plus Airline fan base, many will still choose the place of skepticism. We know there are many powerful teams in Qatar, but with the presence of our number 9, we hope that Cameroon bring home the trophy. It won't be easy, but we hope that Cameroon gets even to the quarter-finals. As Cameroon braces up for the Thursday encounter, one face keeps the Lions roaring from home, and that is, we go take that cup.
Now, Senegal suffered a 2-0 defeat to the Netherlands in their opening group stage game of the ongoing FIFA World Cup, while England becomes the country with the most goals scored so far in this competition. Details of the games played yesterday will be yours in this report, put together for us by a young Besang Magdela.
Senegal failed to give the African continent her first victory in the ongoing Qatar World Cup after a 2-0 defeat imposed on them by the Netherlands yesterday at the Al Toumama Stadium. A contest between arguably the 2 highest-ranked teams in the group was indeed a tough one, looking to end in a 0-0 draw before Frankie de Jongs and Davy Claassen scored late to grab all 3 points for the Netherlands. Senegal now has 2 more games to go against Qatar and Ecuador in order for them to sail through or return home empty. England started the World Cup campaign with a goal festival, thrashing Iran by 6-2 at the Khalifa International Stadium in Doha. Arsenal's Bukayo Saka scored twice, Manchester United's Marcus Rashford, Manchester City's Raheem Sterling and Jack Grealish, as well as Jude Bellingham, were the ones who scored all 6 goals for England against struggling Iran. England is hoping to go past the group stage and even beyond after reaching the quarterfinals on 9 occasions and finished 4th in 2018. England now has USA and Wales to take on before the quarterfinal stage. USA and Wales settled on a 1-1 draw yesterday. Gareth Bale's late penalty cancelled USA's 1-0 lead and possibly 3 points. Wales have been out of the competition for 64 years and began this 2022 campaign with the first group stage draw, with England and Iran to take on next in the Group B. The game was played at the Ahmed bin Ali Stadium. Up next is defending champions France to take on Australia in day 1 of their Group D game at 8 p.m.
That report ends today's edition of Prime News on My Media Prime Television. My name is Fon Quinter. I receive technical assistance from Ewane, Nolinga. Coming up at exactly 7 p.m. is Qatar Prime with a young Besang Magdela and Hearts. We meet again tomorrow for what's making news in and out of the country. To then have a blessed evening in the company of more programs on the African Eye. Good night.
Welcome televiewers to Qatar Prime Brief as well, your #1 sports program which will be bent on presenting the roots